outside.
Outside.
Consistency is the key to
Key.
success.
Major key.
Major key. Remember when Khaled was just all around town just preaching Major Key, boy? But yeah. Anyway, Bun Khaled. We ain't here to talk about Khaled.
Yeah.
Yo, people, I go by the name of Zoosh, aka Guyver. Let's get into it. Come on, let's get into it. Let's get the intro out of the way. Let's get the intro out of the way.
AKA Mr. 767. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. You know the uniform already. If you're watching this, we appreciate that, but we'd appreciate even more if you could tell other people what you're tuning into. We like being a dirty little secret, but we want to be Victoria's Secret. So share it with more people.
Right.
We appreciate you though. If you're on the TikTok, the IG, wherever you're watching our content, we appreciate you. Just please share it. Drop a little comment, like, subscribe. Cool. We've got all the house cleaning out the way.
All out the way. Let's get to it. We're here to do a job. Yeah. We're here to do a job. Yeah. So let's just do the job. So
yay.
Let's take it back a little bit just before the intro. Yeah. Let's just take it back a little bit. So, man like Charlie. And if you don't know who Charlie is, we're talking about man like Charlie Sheen. And if you don't know who Charlie Sheen is,
that's right.
Yeah. If you don't know who Charlie Sheen is, like, one, you've been missing out. You've been missing out. If you don't know who Charlie Sheen is, you've been missing out on, I don't want to say necessarily good TV, just good entertainment, good content. Like, you just missed out on a little bit of an error. Just a little bit of an error if you don't know Charlie Sheen. But it's cool. We have Google. We have the internet. You can get busy. You can get that done. Now, Charlie Sheen. The type of wild boy I would say Charlie Sheen. First of all, I'm going to say this. Charlie Sheen is top 5 dead or alive wildest boy, I think, in the industry, period.
I'm trying to think who else is in that category though, because he's definitely in there. He's on the Mount Rushmore. So I'm not even putting him top 5. I put him top 4. He's on the Mount Rushmore. There's 3 more faces to put on that Mount Rushmore. I'm not sure who that is, you know.
I don't know. I mean, from the trial, I'm going to go with a man like Diddy. I'm just saying, I'm going to keep it honest.
Okay, cool. That works.
Keep it all the way honest. Hold on, give me 1 second, because my light. All right, so yeah, top 5 dead or alive. Who else would be on that Mount Rushmore of wildest boy?
Diddy's on there for, obviously, you know, what's come out in the news.
I mean, yeah.
Charlie
on there.
It's mad Charlie never been to a Diddy party. That's crazy.
Who said he hadn't?
You know what?
Yeah. Who said he hadn't? Who said
him
him and Nicolas Cage never rolled up one late evening? Yo, can we just get into this? People,
let's do it, man. The other 2, we'll figure it out another time. Let's go.
Because I don't know if there's another 2. Like, we got to choose like a rock star. Like, maybe Tommy Lee.
Yes.
Maybe Tommy Lee.
This guy's good, you know.
Tommy Lee's got to be in there. Charlie Sheen. P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And one more person.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to think of someone else black just to balance it out. But
okay. I don't know. You gotta be a certain kind of. You gotta be a certain kind of wild boy to be on that list, bro.
Prince was a bit of a wild boy, no? Or was he a peculiar? Was it more on the strange side, or was he a wild like?
I don't think it was this sort of wild though.
Okay, you're right.
But anyway, people, let's just get into it. Let's stop dancing around. So, recently, a new documentary came out on Netflix, and it's called AKA Charlie Sheen. Yeah?
Charlie.
It basically is what it says on the tin. It's a documentary about Charlie Sheen. The actor, the person, the character.
The father.
It's all about
character. All Charlie.
It's all about him. Like, he bears it all. He puts it all
Charlie
on the table.
Charlie.
Yeah. I see what we did there. I see what we did there. I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, so this is basically a tell-all documentary with Charlie Sheen himself. It's not one of them ones where they're piecing it together by a story. Yeah. It's not that. Charlie Sheen is sitting down in front of the camera and literally putting it all on the table, leaving nothing off. And when I say from the beginning to current times, he covers everything. Yeah?
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. From a youth man to current times. This guy tells it all. So before we even get started, already I just want to commend man for doing that, because certain times you may watch a documentary and you've heard a lot about a person. So you're thinking, all right, yeah, this is the time where it's like, address it all. And they'll be dancing around stuff. They might address some things, but they're not really addressing the elephant in the room. They're leaving some stuff off the table. It might not come from their mouth. They're talking in metaphors. They're saying riddles. Yeah. I'm like, bro, get to it. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is not that. Charlie Sheen is telling you how it is, yeah? Let me just say that. He's telling you how it is. Now, like I'm going to keep saying throughout this, whether you like him or not, he's putting it all on the table, and he's cleaning his dirty laundry. Yeah?
Yeah.
Where should we start with this? Do we start at the beginning? Because I feel like there's a lot just within the beginning.
You know, when I knew, okay, this, because I took some notes, because I could not believe what I was seeing.
Yeah.
You know, when I knew, all right, we're for a ride, this isn't going to be a typical, like, well, you've heard about how crazy of a wild boy he was, but we're going to try and counter that with how nice Charlie was. And don't get me wrong, by one or two hiccups, overall, I'd say this wasn't a bad person. This was just a person who didn't have no stop sign, man. He didn't know what a red light was. It was just green, 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 green.
Crazy.
His co-star on 2.5 Men opens up the documentary. And I like when they do that with documentaries where someone's like getting a little makeup put on and stuff, and they're in the chair ready to talk, and they're talking off camera. Well, off recording, sorry, but they know that. He goes, hi, my name's like John Cleely or something like that.
Yeah, and what was his name?
I used to have hair before I met Charlie Sheen. And from there, I was like, all right, cool. This is it. Like, and if you've watched 2.5 Men, you know he's Charlie's brother in 2.5 Men, and he has his son, and obviously Charlie right, cool. So I was like, cool. I loved 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men was dope. Even when Ashton Kutcher replaced him, it was all right for a bit, but
it was all right, but it wasn't. It wasn't
Charlie. Yeah. The intro. Bum 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 bum. Yo, that intro is getting all the time, man.
I mean, it does, like the lyrics in it kind of, but we'll get to that. I'm just saying, I was like, right, is that?
Yep.
Anyway, we'll get to that.
It's fair to say the Sheens probably aren't talked about in that light, but I think the Sheens are definitely, maybe dynasty is too much of a big word, but definitely.
Is it? When you see things like this, like, is it? Like, when they started from the beginning,
yeah.
No, because you said,
his dad, him and his brothers. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And where his dad started from and how long he's been doing it and who he was at that time, like, I don't know if it's a bit of a stretch to say they're a dynasty. Maybe because, but they've even got classic material under their belt. Like, I don't know what would take that away, because that's all you kind of need, a little longevity, some classics under the belt, proof in the pudding. Like,
bro, how was he randomly they were filming little movies when they were younger, and they was using like tomato ketchup and that. Yo, they used to bust their gun. I'm just saying, they love busting their gun.
Super 8 films. Yeah, yeah.
But they had man like Sean Penn just casually there, Chris Penn casually there. We know Chris Penn from a couple films, so I think he passed away, God bless it. Man like a young George Clooney, Mr. Take Your Girl was just hanging around. Like this.
But you know the realness is they were somebodies from the get-go, because Martin Sheen is a somebody. Martin Sheen was a somebody. But I think where this, like, it really started from the beginning, because they showed you from when they were kids. So a lot of it was concentrated on like the parents and them as kids. But let's just say they spoke about Martin Sheen in like the first part of the documentary. What was kind of interesting is that his dad and his brother didn't want to be a part of the documentary. Not that they were against him or anything, because as you see throughout the documentary, like these men have been super supportive. But it's just we've been here before.
They said they wanted him to have his shine, right?
Yeah. We're not trying to do this for the cam right now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But from the get-go, Martin Sheen was a bit of a wild boy. Let's just say that his parents were a bit of a wild boy. I mean, he was going through his own traumas and his own dramas. At one point, they were nudist. His parents were nudist. Yep. And so from the get-go, you see pretty early that they're exposed to a lot. Like, they're outside. But we're talking Hollywood in the 70s, bro. Yeah. Like, you can only imagine what was going down. You hear me? And well, to be fair, you don't even need to imagine. And that was the good thing about this documentary. You didn't really need to imagine too much. You could put your imagination to the side. Like, this is a reality doc. So we knew that his dad was on stuff. Like, he was, when I mean on stuff, I mean on stuff. Like, pun intended. Like, he was on stuff. You hear me? And so that was quite interesting to see, because I didn't really know that about Martin Sheen. But I think that was a perfect introduction into what we was about to get into, and just kind of lay the foundation of Charlie Sheen, the man that is Charlie Sheen.
I didn't fall too far from the tree.
No, not at all. I don't think it came off the tree, to be fair. You hear me? I don't think the apple fell. You hear me? It just kind of grew another branch and just went wayward. Just went on a mad one. What kickstarted this for Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, he started low because he said from young he dabbled in a bit of beers and stuff, as kids do. Weed. They did say they was doing weed from
I remember.
It was on that Seth Rogen early. But I think when he started doing them lead role stuff, when he met his first potential girlfriend who broke up with him because of whatever, that's when he started to.
That's when things went left, and when it went left, it went left. I definitely don't condone none of this behavior that was displayed, but I was surely entertained by watching this. Now, some of the highlights of the wildest moments that he had are absolutely crazy. I mean, there was moments where he was such a big name, like such a big force, that they were allowing him to go in the cockpit of a plane, in the cockpit, as a pilot, sit in front. You hear me? Sit in front of the controls.
What are we doing?
And turn off the autopilot mode and allow my man to fly the plane for a little bit. That is how larger than life Charlie Sheen was in certain places. Like, do you know how mad that is? Like, fly a plane. Like, even if it was just for a couple of seconds, like, do you know how crazy that is? There was like a nice few people in this that obviously had witnessed Charlie Sheen
and credit to whoever's idea it was. Obviously, you have to get Charlie to agree to it, but either someone had something good to say about Charlie because that's that era they met him in.
Yeah.
Or someone wasn't disrespecting him, but they was just being brutally honest. They was just being blunt.
Yeah.
Like, look,
no one really kicked his back in. Oh, Denise Richards.
But Denise Richards like, look, you know what?
I was a good one.
I was a good one, and our love was there, this, that, and the third, and all that. But this is how Charlie was, especially towards me. And then you had Brooke, who gave him his 2 sons, right?
Yes.
And that's where, for me, that's probably the darkest period of this whole documentary.
Every story was like a punchline. Every story was like shit, like all of that. Like the whole story with his drug dealer. He brought his drug dealer back in the game. His drug dealer just came out and was trying to change his life, bro. I was like, yo, trying to go down the straight and narrow. Get me? I don't want to do this no more. Bring, 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 bring. Hello? Who's this? It's Charlie. Who's Charlie? It's Charlie Sheen, isn't it? Of course. From that call, bro, man was back in the game. And when I say back in the game, I mean back in the game in a real way. You're not selling draws no more. Man was saying the minimum he was spending a day was 15 bags, bro. 15 bags a minimum a day, sometimes 20, sometimes 30. Bro, could you imagine coming out of prison, bro? Imagine you went inside on a mad one. You just done a mad thing, come out, you did about 8 years, did about 8 years. You come out, you're like, nah, bro, I need to change up my life, bro. I can't live like this no more. I got a youth. What's going on? Like, I need to be. And then you get like a phantom phone call of the maddest order you have ever heard, bro. Like, you don't even, right now, you don't even have the facilities. Like, you gotta start phoning your bedrooms and boom, boom, boom. Do you know what kind of game changer that is? Do you know what kind of
put the family order meal through like it was KFC, bro. That's how big of an order it was. It's like, yo, like
it was different when they had his drug dealer, when they were interviewing the drug dealer. That's how much of a role this guy played in his life, bro. Like, they were interviewing.
You know what's funny?
Like,
it had his name come up, and it had drug dealer and friend.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course it's gonna be your friend. You was giving him baby. Like, what we did? What we did?
I'll be your friend. Bro, that was crazy. Crazy. Like,
you know what else was crazy?
What's that?
You know what else was crazy? Because you just talk about the drug thing. Remember when it was his dad's birthday, and his mom called him and said, hey, come to the house. We're having a little party. He walks in there, bro, and it's a flipping who's who. Man said he hasn't seen his teacher since he was the age of 7. His teacher's just there. His dad's there. Rob Lowe was there.
Big intervention, bro.
Big intervention. Like, yo, you got to slow down. And then they literally put him in the car, and he had to sit between 2 people, and they drove him to the spot. And then, this motherfucker pulls up to the rehab spot and says to the woman at reception, hear what, yeah? Legally, I don't have to be here right now. Yeah? Hear what? The boys are back in town. Yeah? Whether I get cleaned up today or tomorrow, it don't make a difference. The boys are in town. Yeah? Big Cage is in the building. Nicky Cage is in the building. And there's a bikini contest. Hey, you know I'm going to be there. You know I'm going to be there.
They were judging the bikini contest. Imagine that, going to rehab the day before the bikini contest. I'm like, bruh.
No, it was the same day. It was the same day, because he said to her, yo, look, do me this solid. All right, you think, okay, cool. All right, where's this paper? All right, cool. Here's what's going to happen, yeah? If I'm not back here by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, I owe you $1 million. I'm right there. We shake on it, cool. Auntie was like, shit, that's a good deal. Yep, shake on it.
Bet.
Yo, he said Auntie she was
vexed. She was vexed. You would be vexed.
When he pulled up, it's like,
you know why you would be vexed as well? You wouldn't even have been vexed at that moment. You wouldn't be vexed at that moment. You'd be vexed a couple of days later when you realize my man just flipping relapsed anyway and just did a mad thing. And it's like, bruh, so you were going to do this anyway. You were going to be this person. Yo, yeah. the amount of times this guy went to rehab and relapsed and got someone to bring drugs in, escaped, his driver, his security. Like, this guy knew no boundaries, bro. Like, he knew no boundaries. Like, he just didn't know when to stop. Like, I don't think he wanted to stop. Like, that was another thing I got from him. Yeah. Like, there wasn't no real urge to want to stop. It was just, I probably should. Like, I probably should stop. Maybe I've gone too far, but I don't really want to. Like, he even said it, bro. I wasn't finished getting high. I wasn't finished. He's in rehab saying, yo, I'm not done. I'm not done. Yo,
you lot pulled me up just before I hit my, yeah.
Can we talk about the first time he said he tried crack? Do you know, sure. They say, yeah, a lot of men become addicts because of women. Like, a lot of men are introduced to drugs because of women. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying women are out here just prowling on men and turning them out and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it seems to be 8 out of 10 times when a man is hooked on drugs, his gateway was through a woman.
From the titties to the crack.
The way Charlie Sheen breaks down this story about the first time he did crack, Because like he breaks it down as like he had this bedroom, she was going through troubles with her man. Like he went to the house just to go see while Guan saw that the man was treating her a bit wrong. It's like, nah, bro. You can't be treating her like that.
Yeah,
I'm
went
taking
for
her
the
with me. Like,
yeah.
yeah. Nah. None of this. You know, Captain Save-A-Ho vibes. Like, none of this. You hear me? Dun, 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 dun. Come with me. You hear me? Kind of in the Batmobile sort of thing. Takes her away. Boom, boom, boom. They're jamming. Just vibes in Netflix and chill sort of thing. Less of the chill, more Netflix. Then she's like, yo, you know, it's been a long day. Yeah, I could just do with just a little bit of a pick-me-up, you know? Just a little bit of a pick-me-up. And he's like, yeah, go on, do your thing, you get me? Funny enough, like, something I never really tried, but kind of, you get me, been curious about it. But, you know, she's like, look, I ain't even trying to persuade you or say, look, come to my world, but I'm just saying,
the door's open.
It slaps. And if you want to, no judgment over here.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I'll do you one better. If you want to try it, I'm going to do something special for you. I'm going to do a little something special for you. How about you go down and just undo your buttons, right? Pause. Not me, the lady that's, okay, while you take your first hit of crack. You know how mad that is when you're in a situation like that? Now, personally, if I was in the situation, no, I wouldn't do it because that's crack and crack is bad. However, I understand if you're already that way inclined. Let me dumb it down a little bit. Yeah. You're a Hollywood star, single, out here. Let's just say my vices. Let's just say my vice. Let's just say she has some new Cali. You hear me? So like, nah, you need to try this new Cali. Like, I'm telling you, it's off the chain. Like, boom, boom, boom. Normally, I just smoke a little Thai weed, but I'm like, yo, maybe I should try some Cali. Now, this ain't a true story. I'm just saying hypothetical. I normally smoke Thai weed, boom, 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 not really slapping. I'm like, yo, I've always wanted to try some Cali, you know? Always kind of wanted to dibble dabble in that. Could I be persuaded with a little PJ, bruh?
Oh, come on, what are we doing?
Come on, what are we doing? Like, what? When it happened, that was like one of the instances where I was like, bro, I'm not even mad at you, bro. Like, I'm not, if anything, he kind of would have been cop blocking himself if he didn't. I just feel like absolutely. That. I feel like that. I remember hearing a story, quick little story. I remember hearing a story about a couple of my bedrooms, like, they're with a couple of girls, like, they're playing strip blackjack. Everything's going good. Obviously, you're all clothed. As you start losing, gotta start taking off clothes. Boom, boom, boom. They get to a certain point now where they're down to like their underwear. I think it falls on my guy's side where it's like, now they gotta remove a bit of clothing, yeah? So I think they're down to like their underwear, vest, and socks. One of my guys, it's his turn, so he has to take the forfeit, take off an item. He don't want to take off the vest, don't want to take off the boxers, obviously, because it's thing. So all he has to do is take off his socks. That's all he has to do. Take off the socks, get into our next round. Hopefully we win. The girls, boom, 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 boom. My man refused to take off the socks. He's like, nah, I'm not taking off the socks. Like, that's not my thing. I'm not a foot man. I'm not taking off the socks. Nah, none of this. Just whole heap of commotion over something so trivial. You get me? Anyway, long story short, nobody got numb. Everyone parted ways. Everyone went home. Good night. Shook hands. Blah, blah, blah. All I'm trying to say is if he had taken off his socks, who knows what would have happened?
Green light.
Who knows what would have happened? The night would have progressed. So what I'm saying is sometimes you're in them situations.
Progression's key.
Where you just got to jump. You hear me? Sometimes you just got to jump. I understood why he had done it that time. Like, I understood. And obviously, once you do it, gateway, under that sort of experience, Sonia, it was only, you were only going to get
Maybe he was always trying to chase that same high, and he never... I'm assuming he probably would have got someone to propose that same option to him, like, you could do that.
Listen, that's another thing. Yeah. That's another thing, bro. I feel like he wasn't even chasing nothing. Like, this is why he's top 5 dead or alive wildest boy in the game. Like, I can't even, like, other than, all right, and this is why I mentioned what I mentioned in the beginning. Other than his early exposure into just what must have been a reality that no one gets to see. Your parents were nudists for like 2-3 years, so already that kind of awkward sexual nudity, that's kind of already, well, I don't know, but it's been exposed, it's open, so you'll either retract from it and become a bit of a recluse to it, or maybe you're just out here banging prostitutes, sniffing coke.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the prostitute side when he snitched on
that boy ran up a bill,
on the pimp, bruh. Big bills. Like, he was just out here making everyone rich. He was out here literally making everyone rich.
Yeah, hey, Charlie's a good friend, you know.
Real good friend.
Hold on, what's my boy's name? Tony Todd, MVP. For me, Tony Todd's the MVP.
Oh, that was his best friend, right?
The only brother in the thing, outside of Chris Tucker, but for me, he was the MVP of this thing.
He had good people around him. That was, and this is what I'm saying. This is what the confusing thing about Charlie Sheen was. Like, bro, you had good people around you. Like, you wasn't necessarily chasing a high. Like, you had everything you wanted. I get, he just overindulged. Like, he is the definition of overindulging,
you know what? Yeah,
bro.
I would go as far as saying the fact he had good people around him is why he's still with us today. I'd go as far as that.
Yeah.
Because someone with that much intake of what he was doing, I don't wish it on anybody, but you think they would have transitioned by now. Do you know what I mean?
We say that,
the good people around him kept him in.
He's definitely built different though, because how his body was able to even sustain and go through some of these things was like.
All right, let's get to the 2.5 Men side of things, because this is where he found a second wind. And then he just went clear, yeah?
Bro.
To put in context, at the peak of Friends, each member of Friends was earning $750K per episode. This is
big
Friends
money.
At its peak.
Big money.
Big money.
A big money.
$750K per episode for
Didn't they hit a mil?
Individual. Huh?
Well, you got the stats there. I'm questioning you with the stats. I thought they hit a mil, though. I thought they was on the mil, but okay.
I don't know. I mean, excuse me. They're probably earning more now than they did then, because you know that thing's just always in.
Yeah.
So when they rent it to Netflix probably pays like 10 billion or billy for it.
Yeah,
they're getting their cut from that, so they're good. Shout out to their agents, because they're good for life. 2.5 Men comes out. It is kicking everything's ass in its way. People are loving it. They're loving Charlie Sheen's character. They're like, this is almost like fact and fiction combined into one. Plays out. It's a comedy, yada, yada, yada. It got to the point when they had to renew Charlie Sheen's contract. Charlie Sheen was given $2 million per episode.
Crazy.
To this day, the highest earning TV star in the history of TV.
I think what was really rock star about that, though, was one, how he got the job, because my man, the whole character was like, basically Charlie Sheen. Like, and then the guy was like, can you get Charlie Sheen?
Get Charlie Sheen.
Well, yeah, we can try. So everything that we loved about 2.5 Men and we thought about 2.5 Men was actually factual. Like, you kind of thought, oh, this is just Charlie Sheen playing Charlie Sheen. And it pretty much was Charlie Sheen. And then the second one, just before we get back to what you were saying, bro, during this whole time, my man's high out his fucking mind, bro. Like, my man's still just on a roller coaster, bro. Him even negotiating that 2 mil and holding out for how long he did, knowing that my man's a functioning crackhead. You hear me? You know you're a functioning crackhead, and you're still got the balls to put on the table and say, run it up. No, I'm not doing it for that. Run it up.
It's whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Hold on, sorry. Sorry. Let me just take 2 minutes to drink this Tiger Blood. 1 second. All right, cool. So so Charlie Sheen, he got the 2 milli, and it's just like, I love cocaine, I love drugs. Now you're giving me even more money to buy even more of what I like. What do you think's gonna happen?
I not try the other side of the menu, he says.
Oh my God, that's a bar. That was a bar. Man said, when you've done everything on this menu side, you're going to flip it over and see what's on the other side.
Bro, you're just going to see.
Wow.
Bro, that might be one of the. Now, let me phrase this right. I don't know. That's a very.
That's a bar.
Yeah, that was a very unique way to put your foot outside the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Very unique. So, because basically he blamed that all on the drugs. He was like, yo, when you get as high as me and you've been as wild as me, like, I mean, what else is there to do? Like, sometimes you just flip the menu and you just want to try and see what's on the other side of the menu. People, if you're confused about what we're talking about in terms of the other side of the menu, women are on this side, and then you turn it round, and then, opposite of women. Well, I don't know. That could be anything these days. So I'm just going to say men. Yeah? You flipped around, men.
In those days, it was a bit more straightforward.
Yeah. He's coming from late 80s, early 90s. Boom. But anyway, he basically told a story how, you know, he had just been doing so much drugs and having so much sex that he was just curious and he decided to try the other side of the menu and just kept on trying it. He liked it. He likes it, should I say. Not liked, he likes it. He said he likes it. He's had fun. Fuck what people say. They asked him, why are you just coming out with this now? Like, why is this a thing now? And he's like, you know what? Like, it's my story kind of thing. And I was getting extorted, really. I was getting extorted all before. Like, I was paying hush money. I was paying money through the wazoo. Like, people had pictures, they got videos, and I was just paying to keep it secret. And I'm like, you know what? Now, here's my truth. Here's my truth.
And the wickedest thing was the only reason people knew that Charlie Sheen was having so much sex with so many prostitutes was he forgot his card one day because he couldn't go to the bank because the bank was closed because they used to pay money. Like, yo, here's this. I need a brunette, 34, 26, 38. Cool. He said to them headmistress, hey, can I give you a traveler's check? She said, of course, all money's welcome around here. And it was that traveler's check that blew up the whole operation. Not just for Charlie, but think there's people higher up the food chain than Charlie, politicians, this, that, blew up the whole shebang.
The good thing about this story as well is that if you're born in a certain time, like, this was quite recent. A lot of this, like 2.5 members the other day to us. You get me? Like, this was quite recent. So, bro, there was this wild story after wild story, bro. Another point I wanted to touch on that I thought was quite interesting was how they managed to get him off drugs.
Yeah.
How they managed to weed him off, bro, in the most simplest way. They were like, what was it? It was his advisor or some
friend,
shit like that.
AKA his dealer.
Yeah, but his advisor had spoke because they were like basically like this has gone on for years. Like you've gone to rehab, you've gone back. Like this is all after 2.5 Men and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you've had like massive moments. Like you are Charlie Sheen, and you're not coming off of this thing. Like you're not gonna stop. So here what? I think it was like his drug advisor or something. Gives his drug dealer a call and says, "Yo, is there any way you can make this weaker? Like, just make it weak. Like, just dilute the shit. Like, keep watering it down. Just water it down, water it down, water it down."
Yeah.
And it was like, they had never thought of that. Yeah, well, they didn't. They didn't. They've never thought of it. It was an epiphany. It was like, you know what? Yeah, we can. We can just give him a weaker dose every time. So the drug dealer went back and he was just stepping on the shit. Just stepping on it. To the point where Charlie Sheen just thought he clocked the game. Like, he's like, bro, I'm not getting high no more. Like, this ain't doing it for me no more. Like, I'm out. I'm done. Like, it was that simple. He was like, it was almost like he felt like he finished crack. Like, I defeated crack. Like, I smoked
Bring
all
my
the
next
crack.
ops. Yeah.
I could literally, I smoked all the crack you can smoke. Like, it's no more. What was mad about that is he never thought to go to like another dealer or nothing. Like, he just thought he was numero uno. And I did it. I defeated the game. And literally, people, that is how Charlie Sheen came off of crack. I feel like we done a lot. I feel like we said a lot of stories. Like, what did you even actually think of this, bro? Like, what did you think of the Charlie Sheen doc?
I like a documentary where I like my documentaries first of all when it's about someone who is alive to tell their story. Those are my favorite ones. I don't like documentaries that are based on someone who's not here, and that way a lot of things can be said without fact checking it. But I appreciate Charlie's honesty. I don't think Charlie was there to try and say to me, well, hey kids, don't be like me. Here's what I went through, so you don't have to be like me.
Not
But
at
he was
all.
just being so brutally honest that I could see someone watching that and be like, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to stop before I even start. I'm going to stop before I even start. And the fact he's got his family around him, his dad could have dropped him because his dad's one of the biggest legendary stars in Hollywood. His dad could be like, all right, well, your brother's doing bits. I'll just side with your brother. But they kept with him like, yo, we're going to get you through this, but we just can't be in this documentary. We want you to get the shine. All the focus is on you. Bro, Netflix again, man. Another one.
Bro, I think they put this together really well. Like, I
2
really enjoyed
parts,
this.
and
Hour and a half each. Like, it's light. Like, the first hour and a half will have you so intrigued, like, so on the edge of your seat. Like, you'll have no choice but to check out the second one. Like, you'll be doing yourself a disservice.
Bro, we didn't even discuss the fact that all that banging he was doing ended up him being diagnosed in HIV.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was telling women like, yo, this is my diagnosis. I'm just letting you know. And some women was extorting him of money just because they knew. And it was like, oh, it's going to shame him. But he owned it. Like, yo, I had HIV.
Because that was
strapped.
the biggest thing, innit? That was a big thing that people said he was just going around having sex and not telling no one he had HIV. Like, he addressed that.
And he's like,
he said,
nah,
bro, that ain't the case. Like, I said, boom, 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 but this is how it came out because I was getting it started, blah, blah. He even addressed something I hadn't heard of, bro. Like, because they addressed the young boy situation or something. I never even heard that story before. You get me? I hadn't heard that about Charlie Sheen. So that was interesting.
You know that
like I said,
you know that whole Batman thing about, not even Batman could get that information out of me. You could see that was hurt. You could see that was something that was heavy on his chest. It's like,
but he addressed it still. He said what it was,
absolutely.
boom, boom, boom. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed this documentary. Netflix put together a good documentary. They pieced it together from the intro, from the little trailer bit that they showed you just to gear you up for what was coming. The way they broke down the stories, the humor in it, even when he's telling you the first time he tried crack and he was like, well, I don't want to kind of get too out there. And he's like, well, we're already out there, innit? Drop the bomb, you hear me? It's like, bro, I really enjoyed this. This might be one of my favorite Netflix documentaries.
But Brother Zush, I see the joy in your eyes. I see the joy in your eyes. The streets need to know, man. The streets need to know. What you saying? What you giving this? How many screens you giving this?
I really liked it. I want to give it more than what I'm going to give it. But I think people are going to think I'm gassing it. But I feel like I don't really normally give out scores like this. So if you know I'm giving it a score, it's like, bro, go and watch this shit. Like, this is entertainment. I don't care if you know him, like him, dislike him, only heard of him yesterday. This is good TV. Like, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I don't care.
I'll say no more.
I'm giving this a 9. I was on the edge of my seat for 3 hours watching this shit. Like, I'm invested in Charlie Sheen just because I was so invested in the show, and I've just heard little things about him. I've been watching him since Hot Shots. Like, I'm not his biggest fan, but I just know about him.
We know about him. Like, of course.
So it was like the perfect thing for a person like me to watch. And I'm like, what is this guy really about? Like, how wild was he? Yeah, I'm giving it a 9.
Now I'm gonna go back and watch Ferris Bueller this weekend. I think normally I might like something a little bit more than you, and I might be like a 1+ on top of your score. I'm matching your score today, bro. I'm matching your score today.
So I'm saying, man,
I can't I'm matching your score, bro.
Bro,
like,
this is
the McMahon, the McMahon one. Like, this year we've had some good documentaries. I know I'm missing another one, I feel, but
this is up there. This is done so well. It's one of the best bio docs I've seen.
Yeah.
It's one of the best, most informative. Like I said, he puts it all out. Some people be pussyfooting around some shit. Like, he puts this all out.
Yeah.
Yo, people, we done a lot this one. You can always tell when we're passionate about a certain song we watch.
For a documentary to have us talk for this long, bro, the proof's in the pudding. The proof's in the pudding.
There was a lot in this. People, go check it out. It's definitely a watch it. It's definitely something to run to the screens for. I promise you will enjoy this. And if you don't, you can get back in the comments and curse us out as much as you want.
Absolutely.
I promise you. But I haven't heard much about this. And I'm telling you to go watch this. Like, I don't know why no one's watching it or no one's really heard of it, but it's not ringing off like it should.
You know what I think
You
it
hear me?
is? I think it's recency bias because there was a point in time, 2.5 Men was must-see TV. It was pre-Big Bang. I don't want to say Big Bang was out yet, or maybe Big Bang was, but it was a
I don't
slowly
think it was,
finding
but
its
yeah.
feet. Yeah, but 2.5 Men was essential viewing when it was on air, man. Especially when Charlie was in it, and it was so good when Charlie was in it that people gave it a blight when Charlie left, and they brought in Ashton Kutcher, and they still kept on watching it just because of the work, the foundation Charlie left. So,
Literally. Yeah, people, continue watching us. Just like
yes,
I
please.
used to watch 2.5 Men. I enjoyed this. Been a good episode. As usual, do the righteous thing and subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. We're here just giving you our opinions, our thoughts, a little update on what's going on off and behind the screens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's been good. It's been good. I say until next time, people, you already know what time it is. We go by the name of Screen Runners.